Cue the opening. What's up, everybody? Thanks for joining me. This is another video where I'm going to take a closer look at some of the viral videos that are out there. And specifically, we're going to talk about haunted dolls. And if you're watching this, you can probably tell by the thumbnail or the title that that's what we're talking about, haunted dolls. And I'm sure that you've seen dozens, if not hundreds, of videos like this on YouTube. You've probably heard of the famous haunted dolls like Annabelle. Not the cheesy movie one here, but the one that looks more like this one right here. There's other ones like Robert the Doll. Strangely enough, they don't actually move. But what I'm talking about is today is videos of dolls that move. Either there's a bunch. There's some dolls that walk, where they kind of slide across a shelf or a table or the floor or something like that. You have other ones where the arms drop because somebody, for some reason, decided to pose the doll like this or like this. I don't know what's going on there. And then all of a sudden the arm drops. You have other ones where the head turns around or like turns to look at the camera. And then there's just other ones where, like the beginning video, where the doll just moves a little bit. In this video, I'm going to show you 4 videos, including the one that I showed in the beginning, but 4 videos that demonstrate the different aspects and the different type of doll moving videos that you typically see on YouTube, and other ones that not only YouTube, but get picked up by television shows like Paranormal Caught on Camera, which is actually what inspired this episode, because my friend Taryn was freaking out about a doll that allegedly walked across a shelf. And when I got to see the video, it doesn't actually walk. It's kind of like slides. So that inspired this video. The 4 videos that I did, I'm pretty proud of. They didn't take long to set up. I pretty much did it in a weekend. And that's what I'm doing this video, in a weekend. And I think with a little editing, like adding in spooky music and maybe sound effects, or, the disclaimer in the beginning, this video was not edited, like here. I think they could stand their own, against all the other millions of videos on YouTube. So, do I think all of these videos are deliberately hoaxed? Pretty much. I mean, I think there's a few that are mistakes, probably because they're somewhere on the fence between a legitimate mistake and they were set up kind of deliberately to fail because they kind of knew that the doll would kind of move depending on how they situated it. So I think there's a few out there like that where you get like a couple hours of video and you see this one little movement because, either somebody walked across the floor and it made some vibrations, made a doll move, or like I said in the beginning, where there's an arm that's put up and, fucking gravity takes over and the arm eventually drops down. So, but most of the time, I think that these videos are hoaxed. I do. I really do. I think they're basically currency. I mean, you have views and likes now that are used as currency. If you view a channel thousands of times, YouTubers are going to get paid. And the same with likes. If you get so many likes, you become popular. Not necessarily get paid, but you become popular, and maybe you'll get that TV spot. Maybe you'll get mentioned in a book. Maybe you'll get asked to come to a conference, after COVID and we're actually allowed to mingle again. But if you get asked to a conference, you get maybe a paid speaker, and your expenses for a hotel and food and stuff like that are covered. So you get like a nice weekend to hang out with like-minded people, all because of a doll. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you some of these videos. I'm going to show you the videos that I did, and then I'm going to break them down. I'm going to show you how I did them. Pretty simple. I'm not going to spend too much time on this. Really just show you the scary part, the spooky part, and then I'm going to show you what I used to do it. And there you go. So, enjoy. Here's number 1. So by itself, I mean, that's a typical video. Imagine if I darkened it down, so it wasn't so bright, so it looked like it was in the dark, the lights are off and shit like that. Maybe put a filter on it so it looked like night vision, and it would it would be pretty scary, or like freaking out because this freaking doll just kind of like, it looked like it wanted to get up or try to get up, and it failed, so it gave up. But honestly, it was pretty easy. It was made with fishing line. I've had this roll for literally 25 years, and I've used it for so many tricks and videos. But I'll show you. Here's the few seconds after the doll stopped moving, and you'll see. It's me. So that one was pretty freaky. But, I mean, that's your typical doll, your haunted doll that moves. There's not a lot of movement. It's just enough to kind of freak you out. It's enough to make you look at the video and go, oh, wait, what did I see? Oh, let me watch that again. Holy shit, it fucking moved. Wow, that's pretty cool. So, I mean, that's your typical video. That's the one you're going to see the most. The next one here is a little bit more involved, and it's I guess you could say it's a little bit more personal because it looks right at you, and you'll see what I mean. Here you go. All right, so that was pretty freaky. I mean, having something, a figure, even a doll, when it just turns its head and looks at the camera, it can be kind of freaky. It's definitely horror movie quality there. But this is like a 4-foot tall Ninja Turtle. And it has a backstory. If any of you guys have followed my the website that I have on the Mystery Museum, which I'll include the links in the comments or in the description of the video, there's a backstory with Mikey, because that was Michelangelo, the Ninja Turtle. So I kind of used it, just for fun as a joke. I'm sure my friend Mike, who is part of this backstory, would get a kick out of this. But here, let me show you exactly what I did. So you can tell that it was basically, I did a stop motion kind of technique there, where I was just reaching out, turning the head a little bit, and then getting out of the frame. And actually, when you see the original video, I'm actually in the frame, and I enlarged it and cropped it so you couldn't see me. And then all I did, I mean, it took me a little bit. It took me about a good 15 minutes that I sliced the footage, almost like frame by frame, and added like 2 frames from each shot every time I moved it, so that it would appear that the head just turned on its own. And then I used a still shot in the beginning and the end, so that it looks like it was just sitting there for a long time. It actually wasn't. I mean, in the beginning, until that head moves, you're watching a picture. You're not actually watching a video. So I put a picture up there and let it go for, I don't know how long, like 5 seconds or something like that, just so it looks like a video surveillance kind of thing. So let's go on to the next one, because this one, I was just messing around. Actually, the setup for this is that it's a anime kind of stuffed figure, and it was sitting there, and I was looking at it the other night, and I was like, oh, I wonder how I could make that move, without fishing line. Maybe I could do something else. And my wife is like, I don't know if you can do that, because the head, and you'll see in the video, the head is huge compared to the body. It's very top heavy. But I figured it out. And so check it out. I mean, this is kind of freaky, because this, instead of just doing one motion, it kind of almost like has it. If you were watching this alone, you would think this has intelligence. And I'm going to shut up and let you watch the video. All right, so right there, I mean, that's pretty cool. I mean, I thought it was cool. I thought it was freaky. You don't see any lines. You don't see any like stop motion kind of technique there. That if you're good at this, if you've done special effects and video editing before, you might be able to spot the stop motion effect in the Ninja Turtle video. But this one, much simpler. So here, I'll show you the reveal. That's it. I mean, that's basically it. I was, and I mean, I was sitting there watching TV and looking at it and thinking, oh, how can I do this? And there was a blanket on the sofa. And I was like, oh, well, what if I just sit on the floor and cover my arm with a blanket? And it looks like it's just blending into the couch. So that's what I did. And you have to remember that some videos that I've seen, at least that I've seen, that have dolls that are moving just slightly or just enough that it looks like it's interacting with the camera. They're on a couch or a chair, like a nice soft chair, and it's usually by the crease of the cushions. And most of these couches, if you can get behind the couch or the chair, you can stick your arm through and come out the cushions and just hold the back of the doll and make it react to something or move. So pretty cool. And now this last one was actually fun. I mean, you'll see. I'm just going to let you watch it.
I just heard some noises coming out of my craft room. I don't know what anything could be. Oh my gosh. Do you see that? It's like just moving across the floor. Oh my gosh. And nobody's there. Nobody's there. Or is there?
Got me. So there you go. Big thanks to my wife Donna for, participating and for helping, her assistance. I mean, that was pretty cool. She does a little acting in there, which is always nice. It sells it. If I posted that, if I cut out the end where you don't see me and just cut it off and put that disclaimer saying, this video was not edited, and little spooky music, maybe just some low bass kind of spooky horror sounds in the background, maybe darken it up a little bit more, it would be cool. It would be really, really cool, I think. But obviously you can see that it was me. I was doing it. And again, I used fishing line, this fishing line, and I just strung it actually through my wife's workbench. That's her actual craft area there. So that's why there's so much stuff there. It's all crafts, and she has a business. So I figured, oh, this is great. This covers a lot of my tracks, literally, because I can hide shit. And the fishing line actually runs through the desk, the middle of the desk, and into the ghost that's standing there. And it's there the whole time. But because of lighting, because I turned off the lights, and then there was light coming in from the kitchen, which is behind the doors that you see, the double doors, and then I closed the curtains that were behind Donna, because the sun was coming in and reflecting off the hardwood floor. And with that, you could actually see the line. But when you replicate the situation, the environmental conditions of most of these haunted doll videos, they're in the dark. It's very dark. There's little lighting, and it's shot usually from afar and then zoomed in, so that the quality is shit. Because if I actually downgraded the quality of these videos, it would be much harder to detect anything that I did. So that's basically it. I just wanted to do a quick video that demonstrated how some of these videos are done. Because yes, there is a financial investment some places have. If it's a museum that is showcasing a doll that suddenly moved, if it's a hotel that has one, if it's a someone promoting like a paranormal event and they're like, oh, we're bringing this haunted doll, here's footage from a TV show where it moved. There is financial interest. There is incentive to make that move. So, one of the things that I always ask is there more footage? Is there more footage to this? Can I see the half hour before it? Can I see a half hour after it? I mean, even 5 minutes on either side would probably be beneficial. Because a lot of these, like these videos that I set up, all 4 of these videos, I literally set it up, hit play, or hit record, not play, hit record, and then did the thing, did the event, and then, goofed off, and then hit stop. And that's it. So within a span of literally maybe like 2 minutes, 2-3 minutes, you would be able to tell, oh shit, he hoaxed it. But you don't get that when you watch these on like Strange Evidence or Paranormal Caught on Camera. You don't see it on shows like that because you only get those few seconds of the video clip. So with that, I'm gonna stop talking. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please consider subscribing to the channel. Give me a like on this video. And then if you want to, I'm trying to put out more videos like this. I also do my Skeptical Help Bar every Friday night, which will be streaming directly to YouTube. So if you want to get notifications when something comes up, make sure you click that bell. Ding! And then that'll be it. And I hope I'm going to leave you with my parting phrase, my favorite phrase, my philosophy of life. And that's never stop learning. And I'll see you next time.